Hello everyone, I am Datta and today we'll be accessing the mainframe via ZOWE Explorer for VS Code and we'll be using the IBM Z Xplore credentials which is totally free and available to the public. What you are seeing on the screen is the VS Code. A lot of you must already be familiar with this as it's really popular among the techies and the developers. So here I am accessing the mainframe via the ZOWE Explorer for the VS Code. And by the end of this session, you should also be able to access the mainframe just like this. And I mean, you'll know how to get the credentials and the configuration details for this. So, before jumping into the setup, I thought I'd talk a little bit about the IBM Z Xplore and the ZOE. So what exactly is the IBM Z Xplore? So it is a free IBM learning platform for Mainframe Z skills, and it was launched back in September 2021. It is the successor of the Master the Mainframe program, which was very successful and like ran from 2005 to 2021. So many should be aware of the Master the Mainframe, especially those who have been working on the mainframe for years or have been training on the mainframe. And so the IBM Z Xplore provides hands-on learning in form of challenges, and it provides access to the mainframe by IBM provided credentials. And so you can learn a lot about the ZOS concept, the data sets, JCL, Python, the USS, the Rex, COBOL, DB2. You can also access the TSO, ISPF, etc. So it's really good for the beginners, those who might start the career on mainframe to understand what mainframe is. And it's also good, let's say, for those who are on the career break or on sabbatical and want to start back on mainframe. At least you'll get some hands on the mainframe instead of just going theoretical and reading the books. Yeah, obviously, I mean, you don't get to work at a very advanced level, but as they say, some exposure is better than no exposure. And it is also good, let's say, if you are having some new project that's or you need to work on mainframe suddenly and you don't know what it is, then yeah, this platform is really good for that. And the best thing is it's totally free of cost, and you can and you should explore this if you are going to work on the mainframe and you don't have currently access to the mainframe. So for accessing the ZOS, there are two types of user interface in 2025 right now in the market. So one is the iconic green screen, the TN3270 terminal, which is used by most mainframers, and you can access the TSO and the ISPF terminals using this. And the other one is the modern interface, which is the ZOE. In ZOE also you have the ZOE CLI, which is the ZOE command line interface, the ZOE SDK, which is for programmatic access, the ZOE Explorer for VS Code, yeah, and the ZOE Explorer for the IntelliJ IDEA. I mean, the IntelliJ IDEA and VS Code both are IDEs, but I have seen most companies using VS Code, and IntelliJ is also has only the paid version, and VS Code has both the paid and free version. So in our session today, we'll be using the ZOE Explorer for VS Code. And so what basically ZOE does is it provides modern interface to interact with the COS through multiple plugins, extensions, which is developed by a wider community of vendors and also IBM. So I find ZOE really helpful in terms of accessing the data sets, because you can open multiple data sets with your ZOE, and you can also bookmark, and the readability looks better. And but ZOE has its limitations. You cannot do even 10% of what you can do on the TN3270 terminal right now. So, I mean, it's a developing project. It was just launched in 2018, 7 years back. So, definitely Joy will become more and more powerful as we go into the future. So it is the first open source software or the first open source framework in the ZOS, and it is under the Open Mainframe project governed by the Linux Foundation. So IBM, Broadcom, Rocket Software all came together to develop the ZOE and provide us the modern interface that we see right now. And mostly we'll be seeing a lot more in next uh, 3 to 5 years. Definitely you should be seeing more, and you can find all the details on the ZOE site regarding the history of it, regarding what it can do right now, and also what are the future plans. I thought of talking regarding the ZOE server-side requirements. I mean, you don't need to know this for to set it up, but I thought it's a really interesting thing to under, understand what's going on in the behind. So on the ZOS side, what do you need? So you need some starter tasks for ZOE, starting with ZWE. I mean, you don't need to remember all these names. All the details are in the ZOE talk, and for our particular thing, IBM takes care of it. And obviously, if you are part of the organization, the ZOS prog team will be taking care of this, and you need the API access via ZOSMF or the RSC API. So you need to configure it, the ZOE API access via ZOSMF or the RDC API. So for if you have the ZOSMF started task, you should be having the IZU started tasks. Means these are the three major ZOSMF started tasks. Apart from these three, there should be other IZU tasks also, which is part of ZOSMF. And let's say if you do not have the ZOSMF available or it is restricted, you can have the RSE API started task configured for so that ZOE can access the ZOS backend services. And you need to configure the certificates. You, as in the IBM sysprog or the your company's system programmers, and you'll need this. I mean, ZOE will need the APF authorization if advanced actions are to be performed by ZOE. And users need to be finally provided the record group access. And yeah, I mean, I just wanted to explain this so that you understand how the ZOE works on the backside. So, like, I mean, all the details are listed in the zoe.org. So definitely go and visit. So the client-side requirements for the ZOWE Explorer for VSCode. Now, this is what you need on your desktop. So you can pay attention here. You need the Java JDK, which is the Java Development Kit. If you do not have it, you can install it on the IBM website. They are downloaded from the Semuro Java, which is free version from IBM. And you need the Node.js tool, and you need the VS Code, and after that you need to install the ZOWE Explorer or the IBM Z Open Editor extension. I mean, if you are installing the Z Open Editors, then it will automatically install the ZOWE Explorer. And then you need to set up the configuration, and you need a valid ID and password. So for the configuration and the valid ID and password, you'll need to sign up on the IBM Z Xplore platform and get the configuration and the details. So I'll explain right now how to do that. So let's walk through the process of getting the mainframe credentials and to access the ZOWE Explorer. And first go to IBM Z Xplore platform. So just click on the IBM website and go to the Explore Mainframe Skills. Start your learning path. And here you'll be asked to sign in or create an IBM ID, and you should create an IBM ID if you don't have one. Otherwise, else you can just sign in here. And once you sign in, you should be seeing the IBM Z Xplore platform. So it looks like this, and it has various options: advanced, fundamentals and concepts, resources, available, challenges. The one we are looking for is inside the fundamentals and concepts challenges. So click on here, and here you can see different tabs: available, pending approval, letter, and completed. For me, I have already completed the challenge, so that's why the VSC1 option is inside the completed tab. For you, if you are new or logging for the first time, you should be seeing it under the available option, and just click on VSC1. So here you can just go for the PDF or just go to the site, and I'll just click on the PDF, and here it's all the installation and configuration details, and including your ID. You'll be getting everything here. And I think if you missed the ID, you can see the ID when you click on the VSC1 itself. You can see the ID and password. So yeah, I'll be changing the password as you have already seen it. So and so in this, you'll be needing to, as I've already mentioned, you'll be needing to install the Node.js and the VS Code, and then install the Open editor. And so let's start up this. And so the first thing is yeah, the VS Code. So, and for the VS Code, you need the Node.js, and it is the Node.js website. You can click on download, select the OS you have: Windows, Mac OS, Linux, whatever. And I have Windows, so that's why I have installed the Windows version. And so next, you need to get the Java if you don't have one. And so, so IBM provides the free Java, so you can just come here and click here, IBM Semiru runtime, which is the Java for IBM, and you can just click on download it here. And once you click it, you should be getting this website. And here you can select the JDK. So you'll see two options here. One is the JDK and the JRE. JRE is the runtime, and it is only to run applications that has been written on Java, and JDK is also to run the source code. So we don't know exactly if we'll be using the source code, but it's really recommended that you use the JDK instead of the JRE. So you can select your operating system and just go for the latest one. I mean, there are various options: Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. I'm using the Windows, so I'll just go for the Windows MSI option. And if you have Mac OS, you can go for the Mac OS package version and just install the JDK. And finally, you'll be needing the VS Code. And since you have the Node.js and Java installed, you should be ready to install the VS Code now. And you can just click on here and go for the Mac or Windows, whichever you want. And so once you install all three, you should be having this. And you won't be having, once when you're first time logging in into the VS Code, you won't be having the ZOWE Explorer option. So you can just go to the extensions and search for IBM Z. And once you come here, you'll be seeing the install option, and you can just install it. So mine is already installed. That's why you don't see the option of install. Instead, you see uninstall option. And once you install the IBM Z Open Editor, it will install the IBM Z Explorer also. And so you can click on the IBM Z Explorer. So first time you won't be having this setup CSMF or anything the first time. So you can just click on the plus here, and here you can create a new team configuration file, and go for create new. And here you can see you'll be making some changes here. And so all the details are in this PSC1 file which we downloaded earlier. So here, create the new configuration file, and then yeah, you need to change the port to 10443 instead of 443. So I've already changed it earlier, 10443. And second, you need to uh, change the account to FP3. And so this one I got it done. Account is FP3. And really better change it. And then logon procedure is as it is. And host, you'll be having the host details here, and you can just click it here. I've already added this details, and you checked authorization as false. And so yeah, it's a little different for the Mac users. So just look into it and just be saving it. Save. So yeah, once you have saved it, you should be able to select it, and actually you will ask your ID and password, and I've already given the ID and password. That's why it's not asking me. So, and if you, let's say if I've already given one, and you can just change your or update your ID password here. You can just click on manage profile, click on update credentials, and click on the required ID password. So once you have the ID password, you are just ready, set, and to work here. And you won't be having anything under your JCL, so you need to go here, jxp.public.jcl, and look into the various JCL. Like for example, I'll just search it here, JSP public.jcl, and then just enter. And you can also search multiple datasets using comma. And so just so this is you can see three options here under ZOWE Explorer: the datasets, the USS, and the jobs. So this is simply the datasets. This is the US datasets and USS datasets, and this is the job, which is like you are submitting one job. It goes to SDSF in the TN3720 panel. Here you can see the jobs in this panel once you submit it. So you can cancel or do anything from here. And if you right click, you can see the various options. You can see you can submit the job. You can copy and paste it to your own data set. Like I just built it this. And when you right click, you have the option to create the new data set. And let's say you want to create a new PTS, you just click you can click a name, let's say Z13074 dot trial dot JCL, then click on enter. You want the default, you want the partition data, but you want the default. And let's say here, and let's say edit attributes. You can see the various attributes here. Directory block, primary space, record length, all the details, and whatever you see in your normal iconic green screen, and then make the changes as you want. So I'll just allocate it. So here this is created, and you can also favorite it, like right click and add to the favorites. So if you favorite this one, then you don't need to search for the dataset again and again. So and you can just uh, log in and come here and then get to this details. So let's say you want to copy something, you can just copy here and then just directly also paste it in your own JCL like this, and then just paste it and click on enter. So this member should be going into here. So this is the one we copied, and so you can see the member, you can see all the details, and this is the open editor. You can see that it's recognizing the program, it's in JCL. And so this is basically how it works, and you can open multiple screens. I have already opened two screens. Let's close it out and let's show you how to divide the screen. So you can just drag one program and then put it to the right side, and then it's just gone to the right side. So, and once you can also come down here, let's say, let me open one more. Let's say I'll just be opening this one, and let's say I'll be, so if you have bigger screen and you want three screens instead of two, you can do it like this. So like this, you can review multiple job code, and this is particularly useful if, let's say, you have multiple macros or multiple members. Generally in a production environment, you don't have just single member from where you execute everything. You did be having a JCL, a JCL library which will having the JCL, and then you'll be having the proc, and then you'll be calling another program, and then another program, or you'll be calling another macro, multiple macros from one macro to another macro, from one procedure to another procedure. So it really helps. I mean, at least it helps me a lot. I mean, to use this panel and at least look into 2 to 3 data sets or code at once, so that I can just refer back what is happening where. And yeah, I mean, a part of that, you can do the rename. You can explore this and then see what you find interesting. And one more thing I find interesting is just you can just select it, select one variable or one part of text, and all the text, similar texts in the code will be all highlighted. I like this feature also, especially good for looking into variables while doing a code analysis. So that is also good. Yeah. And when you're ready to submit, you'll just submit the job like that, like this, and then uh, job submitted is the option. And once you have it here. It says abandoned, and the jobs you can see it. So, and then you can have the option of canceling the job, doing this, getting the JCL, and just like you get in SDSF, right? And all the options of just JCL, just message log, just this message, and sys print. So this is really a good option if you don't have access to mainframe. I mean, if you don't have access to a mainframe in your current organization, then this is really good for you to practice or at least understand how the mainframe environment works, some part of it. So and obviously you won't be getting a lot of details and like RMF or anything, but you get some hands-on for the environment of how it works, and you can also, and you can use your reading on top of this. And so this is basically it. This was what I wanted to show in my video today. Thank you very much.